with you, the voters?
Yeah, there was a lot of cooperation. But my experience here is that INEC needs to do more of their work due to this visa work of a team, electoral machine is not that functioning effectively,
Okay.
And the issue of, to my greatest surprise, the ink is not that responding. The ink is not there for the thumbprint. We have this problem.
Okay. The ink to thumbprint and paste on your preferred party. Okay.
Yes. And then the issue of the machine. Work went on manual, which is not supposed to be. Some work we have papers here and there with pen. Writing. So we expected the Viva, what do they call it?
BVAS, bimodal voter accreditation system.
More effective work than all those using pen,
Okay.
So seriously, they need to do more. Although they have tried, but they need to do more.
They need to do more.
They need to do more because of the upcoming and in 2 weeks' time for the governorship election. I mean, we should see some difference,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then please, we know that 9 states have already been reviewed, right?
Yeah. I don't know. We're just following it. I don't want to jump into talking about results. We just want to get the experiences of our listeners to see how it went, so we can improve on it next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. So
all right.
The results keep coming if you are.
Yeah. Once the results start coming, we'll put it on so you can hear directly from your home. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Have a wonderful day, Honorable Sunshine.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Okay, I've lost that caller. So please, you could call us back, please, and share your experiences with us. Let's see, how did it go at your polling unit? I spent 12 hours. It was terrible. INEC officials arriving by 9:44 a.m. With people already gathered. I'm telling you, there, and so it was very, very. Fortunately, however, it was an area where maybe those people were disciplined, so everything they were able to conduct themselves nicely. Some people volunteered and were giving people numbers, and then it was followed, and the numbers were up to almost 3,000. Yes, from the information I had, and that was serious. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Wow. I don't know. Hello? Maybe is something wrong with this line. Please call 0903-222-9797. I think the calls are coming into 0818-222-205 or 0818-222-206. Those two numbers are close to each other, so no difficulty in recognizing one from the other. Let's get your take. How did the elections go in your area? Please share with us, because we need all this information to map how to conduct elections better, because without feedback from the citizens, it will be difficult for INEC to improve on what they have now. A lot of people have expressed the disappointment that despite all the financial assistance to INEC by the government over the years, they still came up short to an extent by some people's estimation in the conduct of the election. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. You can hear me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you very clearly. Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
My name is Johnny. I'm calling from Nanya.
Okay, Johnny.
Yes, please.
Okay, how are you doing, Johnny?
I'm doing good, and how are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, very well. We're listening to all this beautiful program.
Okay.
Virtually all arms of government, people at the helm of affairs will compromise And they will tell the citizens a different story. While at the background, they know what they are gaining to the detriment of the people they are supposed to protect. The point here now is that we don't call a spade a spade. Our umpires or leaders, they just do as they like with impunity. Like they were talking about people because they are big, who were displaying their ballot papers after voting, which is against the electoral act signed by the president recently, and there will be no consequences. So in the next 4 years, another person will do it, and because you have sent the president, you cannot do anything about it. And one other question I want to ask: in the past, we had people from the south, from the south, as the INEC chairman. This wasn't this bad, but of recent, the outsiders, they call themselves professors, transfer this to them, INEC became what it is today. So when are we going to begin to get things right in this country? Look at what is happening in Lagos with impunity. Tinubu was giving orders that they should go and kill these people, do this, make sure they don't lock the gates for them, and they were doing that.
all right, Johnny. I just wanted you to express yourself. I don't know. I didn't get any information. The information we have right now is that Tinubu is even losing Lagos. So I don't think if he did anything there, that he would have lost it. Somebody has beat him. So let's be sure of the information we are passing. And then you talked about the issue of Mahmoud Yakubu being, and then of course succeeding Professor Atahiru Jega. They are Nigerians. I don't think the part of the country where, there was a time I remember Ovie Whiskey, I remember Humphrey Nwosu, I remember Maurice Iwu and all these things, and all these people were from the southern part of the country.
When they were there, was INEC this way? Was INEC as bad as it is today?
Oh, so you mean that under Jega and Yakubu, that's when INEC had the
Jega messed up himself when he was.
All right.
To speak out to our mind and tell the truth, that fact is the earlier we begin to.
Okay. Johnny, thank you. You can listen to me while so that we can have some other callers. But I will respond to some of the things you said, at least the ones which information I have. Okay.
Right.
Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. All right.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate you airing your views and expressing yourself freely. I think that's what democracy is about.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
You too, my brother. Have a wonderful day. All right. But I don't think it has anything to do with the part of the country the INEC chairman comes from. If you feel that INEC has done something and they were not up to standard, it behooves or it rests on the individual official, not because he's Jega or because he's Mahmoud. I don't think so. Personally, I believe if they didn't do well, it's based on their inability to understand what they are doing. But I don't know. Then your question about when are we going to get it right? Well, see, there's something that happens to the human being. Some progress is made and you may not be aware because you are living in the moment. You're living inside history. In years to come, children are going to look back and say, in 2002, 2003, some good things happened. But because we are here, we are so boxed in by what is going on, so we don't see that. If you read in history now, for instance, I remember some time ago, even up till tomorrow, some people are pointing fingers behind their back and saying Jonathan was better than Buhari and all of that. And it's possible for people to see in a few years' time that Buhari is better than the president we just voted for on Saturday. We hope not anyway. We hope our presidents continue to improve and we don't keep looking back. But sometimes you make progress and you don't see it. I was sharing this thing with friends on Saturday while we were voting. I told them, I said, look, I was old enough when Babangida was the head of state, Abacha was the head of state. We can't stay on radio like this and be criticizing the head of state at that time. Someone who, I don't know if you know Arise Television, owned by Ndoka Baigbena. Himself and one man called Tunde Thompson, they were thrown in jail for writing a story back then about Babangida. So journalists could not talk. Soldiers would kick you, they boot you, they beat you up, today we speak freely. I mean, I remember I've criticized President Buhari several times on this radio station, rightly so, and nobody has come to arrest me. So some of those freedoms and all these things, these are progress being made, but people take them for granted as if they have always been there. No, these things have not always been there. If you check our country now, there are so many, almost 40 radio stations in Abuja right now. As at that time, you had only FRCN and NTA. Anything government says, that is what happens. Today, it's difficult for people to steal election results. Even you can be a citizen journalist, videoing and reporting from there. Although you can't declare results anyway, because that's against the law. Only INEC can do that. But we are there monitoring them, asking them, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Before now, anything can happen. So freedom and progress is being made on a gradual basis. The point is that a human wants radical change, but radical change doesn't always bring very gentle results. If you look at countries where there have been radical, violent changes, nobody is happy with that, because people die, people get killed. So that's why they say democracy is the best. Gradual progress, gentle, gradual progress. You can see now, like you said, BVAS is there. I agree. Some people complain maybe some of them did not function, but you also understand that when it functions, it's able to eliminate any kind of cheating by people who want to put their own results and cheat the citizens of their rightful person, they voted for. So I believe, Johnny, that despite your skepticism, some progress is being made, but because we are living in the moment, we may not take note of them. But I agree with you. Our leaders need to do more. We need to see more progress being made. We need to see at least food getting cheaper, transportation being easier, better roads coming, electricity improving, and things like that. And that is why we have opportunities like this to vote at regular intervals. I want to thank you so much for calling, and those of you who are calling. I don't know, very shortly, I guess INEC will soon start a more coalition and announcement of results. Then we'll be joining them. But of course, the line open. So if you have any experiences to share with us, you heard Johnny speaking just now. Of course, I had Honorable Sunshine also calling in. You can share them with us here on 93.7 Citizen FM. This is your radio station. It's for the citizen. You can express yourself freely so long as you're not insulting anyone. Okay? It is our country. We have a right to speak. If things don't go the way we want it, we have a right to ask questions. That is what democracy is about. Okay? So the election, I was 12 hours. I voted by 8:20 p.m. And by the time I woke up on Sunday, it's like I did a marathon the previous day. I couldn't get out of bed. And I was just asking myself, what is this? Is this just to vote? Just to thumbprint and vote? That is, I had to go through all of this. It was terrible. And funny enough, it rained on Saturday. I don't know if it rained in your area on Saturday. It rained, and we were scampering for cover. Lucky for me, it wasn't too far from where I lived, so I ran, with rain spattering me, and then ran for shelter. Some people were not so lucky. Some of those young ladies with all those expensive hairstyles, they got beaten by the rain. All right, hello, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, am I on Citizen Radio?
Yeah, you're on Citizen FM, and we're asking people to tell us their experiences on Saturday.
My name is Kenny. I'm calling from Central area.
Oh, Kenny from Central area. Oh, having a lady on the phone. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I had a good experience.
Okay. Your voting point was in Central Business area here?
No, I voted at Zone 2.
Okay, in Zone 2, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so how did it go? The INEC officials arrived in time?
It went well. I got there around 9:15. By 11 I read. I mean, no problem, no issue.
Okay, so you were accredited. The BVAS functioned very well.
Yes.
Did you wait for the results to be counted and announced in that polling?
No, because I had to go and pick my sister who voted in area 1.
So you were going against the law. You were driving up and down in Abuja.
No, she checked out to area 1.
No, I was just kidding. I was just pulling your legs, actually.
Because she couldn't check back. Then she was tired.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go back there to go and pick her. But then my observation was that, you see, like they divided the polling booths into units.
Okay.
And then some polling units had like 200 people.
Okay.
Some had like maybe 749.
Okay.
So I don't know how they divided the electorate.
Okay.
That some had very few.
Okay.
Some had so large. Because by 11 had finished.
Okay.
I voted for her till 4.
Okay. To 4 in the evening.
In the evening.
Before she
I
voted.
even left to before me.
Okay. Okay.
When I
Okay.
got there, I was like, wow, what is this?
Okay. So have you been following the results that have been released?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so how are you feeling? Is your preferred candidate? Please don't tell us. Is your preferred candidate doing well?
Yes.
Okay. So I can hear the smile in your voice.
And another thing I also know that
Yeah.
the part which we completed,
Okay.
we already tried.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe they didn't have enough ink. Me too. I had to press and press and press. Yeah, that's
Water.
okay.
Water would dry up
Okay.
fast.
Okay.
So you like had to blow it a bit.
Yeah, the point is that I think INEC had so many of these young men and women who were conducting the election so busy on other issues, they forgot that those ink pads need to be updated once in a while, but with somebody adding a little water to it or a little ink to it. I think that's exactly what happened. Yeah, you're very correct.
But aside that, I think it's working on my own side.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Where the crowd was something else.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I like the attitude of Nigeria generally this time. We were just
Okay, especially, I mean, you're talking in Abuja specifically, I guess.
yes.
Okay.
I think I drove down, so I saw some other polling units that I was going.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, that is correct. Okay.
I
Okay.
think that was okay. People even brought drinks. They were drinking.
Yeah, that is correct. Although from what I heard today, they say. You say what?
I wish it could be like this in other parts of Nigeria.
Yeah, I guess Abuja.
Just to go and vote.
Yeah, Abuja is the capital. Abuja is the capital. With Kemi, I say Abuja is the capital, so we need to show exemplary behavior, and by the grace of God, begin to spread that to other parts of the country as time goes on. Kemi, I want to thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Thanks for sharing your experiences with us. Yeah, have a wonderful afternoon.
And you too.
Yeah, bye. All right, Kemi, it was a wonderful experience for her. Just a few minutes, and between 9 and 11, and she had voted and left the polling booth. Not like us, who spent 12 hours just to vote. And I took a walk around some other polling units in my area. There was nobody there, and we had about 3,000 persons. And then because INEC officials arrived at about almost 10 a.m., there was already tension in the air. Although there was nothing bad happened, but it was very, very difficult. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, my name is Jerry. I'm from Outavale.
Jerry, how you doing, man?
Right, sir.
Jerry, I know you've been waiting to vote. You sharpened that your voter's card very well.
I wake up around 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Because my polling unit it was far away. That is Dorowa in a Bagaji ward.
Okay.
Near Kefi. And luckily, there is policeman. They posted that side. I follow him freely. I did not pay even anything.
Oh, you see, so you must commend police. So policeman is your friend now, like they usually say. That's good.
Immediately we reach that side, it drops me. I just enter the place, sit down with the vigilante. They wait for the day to break finally.
Oh, so it was still very early when you got there.
Around 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
Wow. So around what time? Around what time did the INEC officials arrive at the unit?
That is another difficult game. Around 11 o'clock they arrived.
Whoa. So you waited for that length of time?
It's not only me. Before I read that around after 5, there is a lot of people from Abuja here. All of us meet there.
Whoa.
one man even buy many things, all of us. So we are around 11 o'clock. They arrive. So after they arrive, they begin queuing in a line.
Okay.
So as around that kind of 5 minutes, they begin to bring problems. Beaver is not working. That wire problem wanted to start.
Wow.
Because the youth today say it can't happen. If Beaver no work, nobody should leave. None of INEC anything should leave. See, they call. Before those people they called, INEC officer come. Before they come again, the Beaver have started. Then we start accreditation.
Okay.
So after the team, we begin vote. Everybody.
Okay, so at the end of the day, there was no problems there, I guess.
No problem.
Okay. So let Jerry, let's take it. One of the issues INEC had in your unit was that they didn't arrive in time. Okay.
First, they didn't arrive in time.
Okay, late arrival. Yeah.
Secondly, beaver problem.
Yeah, there was beavers issues initially.
Thirdly, after everybody vote, everybody are waiting to transmit the thing because they say they don't trust anybody. They should transmit it. That way, another problem won't come out.
Okay.
But they say all these local people mean now. Everybody are hoping that they say that before anybody leave polling unit, they must transmit the thing to there. That even you vote, the thing will reflect there. You see that kind thing.
Yeah.
So that's what INEC say. That is the third problem, the final problem they have there. They begin all this other permutation now. They say they would transmit that thing there so that not only the agent have the result, they
must transmit it to their portal in their head office. Okay.
Yes. Is with the help of security, they beg people.
Jerry, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know that in my area, do you know when people were complaining INEC did not arrive in time, I was telling them that this is because of our attitude as Nigerians, that if we were a trusted people, it is possible for INEC to leave those things in that place, around that area, before the day of the voting. Then the next morning they just come pick it up from the neighbor or whoever they left it with. But because there is this distrust among ourselves that if you leave that thing with a Nigerian, somebody will go there and manipulate it. Do you think a time will come where we as a people we can trust everybody, including INEC, that they can just drop all the materials in the neighboring police station or any secure place so that early in the morning INEC officials can just come and start their work before 8 o'clock? You think it's possible?
I agree with you for some settled things because if they told us, let them tell us what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
When we will not suspect anything.
Okay.
First of all, I have already tell us that immediately they finish, they will transmit it. That way, it's not attitude of voters.
Okay.
It's attitude of people that promise. When you
they made a promise and they need to keep it. Okay.
Yes. When you promise to a pikin that when you are coming back from work, you will buy him.
You will buy biscuit.
When you pay
and then you don't buy it. Look at Jerry.
The bread. Anything you are talking again, we will not hear it. You understand?
He said daddy promises and fails. He's a liar.
Yes.
Okay.
That aspect is not attitude of Nigeria. It's attitude of the police or
of the officials. Okay. Okay.
So if you watch this election,
okay,
radio, television, media, everybody advise everybody to come and vote.
Yeah.
And by God's grace, everybody come and vote to you, to Mama, everybody come because they want change in this country.
Just hold on. Okay, yeah, go on.
By the time they have not seen that promise, they say how.
Then everybody gets disillusioned. Okay.
Yes.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Jerry. That if you make a promise, you must keep it, INEC. Okay.
That's where I started voting. This election is one of the finest elections I have ever experienced.
Okay.
Tabaru everything.
Okay.
Even my preferred candidate to win, I'm also standing. I have already spoiled everything. I'm telling you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
sure. Just hold on. Jerry, thank you so much. I want to appreciate you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, is that Larry?
No, No, this is not Larry. This is Citizen FM, and we are discussing with our listeners, getting their experiences.
Yeah, I know this is Citizen FM. Maskman calling from Apple.
Oh, Maskman. What did you call your name again?
Maskman.
Maskman.
Yeah.
Mask. You are wearing a mask this afternoon. I hope there's a lot of heat.
Come to think of it, I'm not wearing a mask, yeah. But come to think of it, how do you think our leaders, people will always place our duties on their shoulders?
Okay.
Have always been making a fool of us. Yeah,
Maskman, but first, what part of the city are you calling from, please? What part of the
I'm coming from Apo.
Okay, you're calling from Apo. Okay, great.
Yeah.
What is the essence of what are you driving at? You just
what I'm dragging at is the inefficiency of INEC.
Okay.
Are they going to tell us that they were not funded enough? Or what?
INEC got a lot of money. At least all Nigerians know that. They got a lot of money. They had enough time to prepare.
And then, fortunately for us, we got fuel. They got fuel to go to wherever place they want to go to.
That is correct. They told INEC
chairman. Why the delay? Why the taking beavers, wrong beavers to wrong pulling?
Maskman, do you know what I've discovered? I think you are correct to an extent, because our leaders, they seem not to understand the difference between policy formulation and policy implementation. That when you put a policy on paper, you must put in some exigencies when you are talking about implementation. You are telling voters that by 8:30 vote will start, and then you start distributing from the headquarters before they jump into the vehicle, and you're not distributing all at once. You are distributing to so many people. It may take 2 hours, 3 hours to distribute those materials to the INEC officials at the office. They have not moved, and you may start that thing by 7 or by 8. So why then tell voters that they should be there by 8?
Thank you.
Yeah, so I agree with you. It's really I think our people,
our inefficiencies all the time has always been those whom we place duty on their shoulders, failing us either purposely or out of their own inefficiency. And this trend cannot continue if we want to get it right in this country.
I agree with you. I agree that we need to begin to hold people to account when we give them when we give them jobs to perform.
We just pardon them.
But Maskman, you see, there's a challenge to that as well. Before you say anything now, like I remember President Jonathan making reference to issues like this, that he was not actually picking the best hands, because the constitution told him that he must take one person from Do State, take another one from Kebbi, he must appoint people from different states to have national balance. So there's a problem when the constitution does not say the best should perform. There is a problem in our country of a lack of.
I think, sir, I don't quite agree.
You don't agree with that?
The best.
Okay. Yeah.
Might not be fixed, but I believe from every part of this country we have people, intelligent people who are qualified to execute whatever duty you place on their shoulder.
Okay, so you mean it's the duty of our leader?
The problem is it comes from godfatherism.
Okay.
Instead of picking the person who merits the duty, who can do the job, the godfather will just come and impose whoever is his choice on us. I think that is where that problem is.
Okay. Maskman, I want to thank you. But you didn't tell us, what about your own experience at the voting station? Did you vote?
They came late, and then there were confusion, go here and look at this. I don't know, some people.
But you voted finally.
Problem in this 21st century, not that you are not well equipped,
not
that you don't have a security backup. Then what is all this sluggishness, all this dragging, all this inefficiency? I just cannot understand.
Okay, Maskman.
We have to change our orientation, our attitude towards a national issue, because our approach now, as it seems, he said, this is government duty. Let me do my best, enrich myself, and then leave the rest. Whatever happens does not matter. All because people are not being punished for their failure.
Yeah, that is true. I agree. We need to be
Thank
holding.
you very much.
Yeah, Masked Man, look, I want to really appreciate you for calling us and joining us this afternoon to share your experiences. Do have a wonderful day.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right, it's still a Citizen FM 93.7. You can join us. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, your radio set is howling back at me, so please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Yes, I have done that.
Okay, yeah, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
My name is Michael. I'm calling from Nathan.
Mike, you and Jerry, you said you had a sharpened butter card. you have not used you.
It's still on my hand,
So you have given the result to your leaders who wanted your destiny now.
Exactly.
You are waiting for INEC to call the result for them. You have given them your mark.
Yes, that is it too. That is it. I think this election is one of the election that the people are able to conduct themselves in a very peaceful manner.
Okay.
Even though in some places some people wanted to do what they wanted to do, but mostly, generally, I mean, many people have conducted themselves, very peaceful election. Even the security agency people are talking about, I didn't even see much about them.
Okay.
Because I remember so many places, just only one policeman and then one civil defense, and then that is all. But people was able to manage that.
Okay.
But coming to the INEC is going to be the problem again that we're going to begin to talk about, because like every other person, I've noted that you gave your word 8:30, and then 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock you have not started. Some places 2 o'clock they have not seen.
No.
Not that the money I have not given to you. Everything that you require to conduct this election was provided to you. Do you know some places that people even volunteer themselves buying the ink and some other spirit in order to clean this thing. These are the things that was inside the budget of the INEC. I believe that they make they include everything they needed on that, but people begin to provide because they need to, they
wanted to assist the system. Okay.
Exactly.
Which shouldn't be ordinarily. Yeah. Okay.
Of course. So, but now I think the INEC making us to doubt them. You understand? Because you said that the result will be transmitted right there. Up this moment, people are just we don't know what is delaying. If we are using technology to be able to conduct this election, what is this delay?
That's the result. That's a valid question. I agree with you. If we are using electronic transmission,
and if they continue like this, even this governorship election, people will not be interested of going to vote. You understand? But I believe maybe at the end of the day they were able to sort it out. I think they need to be open. Let them be open. I like when people like Dino Milai was talking. You understand? People were, behind me because we needed to see if you say, okay, this is needed to be done. Open your server. Let us see the transmission. It's a big. All this equation that coming from even the coalition center will not be there. You understand? Because the INEC failed to do the right thing, and that is why a lot of questions, are taking a lot of the time for them. For me, we're waiting for the INEC. They have the final say for now because they want at the end of the day will be the announcer of whoever.
Mike, they may be the conductors, but ultimately it is our election. We are Nigerians, so we must keep them on their toes and ensure that, like you said, why should that server not be open? Let people be seeing the results as they are coming live, and we can query them anytime. So, but I believe that even if they don't do that now, as the years go by, we will keep complaining. This is our country. We are the stakeholders. Nobody is bigger than the other. We must see the result as it's coming live, so that you don't come and tell us stories.
When the US conducted their own, we were watching everything live, and it was dropping. The result is coming, it's dropping, and we are seeing it, monitoring it. So what is wrong about that our own?
That is true. We are not we are not as developed as the US yet. We will get there.
Are you sure we'll get there?
Yeah, of course, Mike. No, Mike. We will get there. We will get there. There is no doubt about it.
Okay. Let me believe. Thank you.
We'll get them. Oh, Mike, I want to appreciate you so much for joining me this afternoon. Thanks for calling in. Please, you can still call us. The telephone lines are still open. You heard Mike there sharing his own experiences, and everybody's saying, okay, INEC, you have tried, but you need to do more. INEC, you need to do more. People were waiting up until 2 p.m., midday. In my own place, I looked at my watch at the time INEC officials arrived, 9:44 a.m., and people have been there for hours. I got there at about 9 myself. So I waited for about 40-something minutes before they came, and then they started arranging. Before people could start voting there, it was almost midday before people started voting. And then, like I said before, we had about 3,000 people in that polling unit. I mean, it was terrible. And then I walked down. A friend called me who lives in my neighborhood and said his daughter was in a polling units not too far, just about a 3 minutes walk, and that she just left the house, and in 3 minutes she had voted. I walked to the place and I met the electoral officials. They were just sitting down. They said they had 19 people had voted as at that time, and they were doing nothing. And then the ones in my polling unit were overwhelmed. Imagine 3,000 people gathered in one small place like this with no shelter, nothing. It was terrible. And they had been waiting, so there was already some build-up of frustration before the INEC officials arrived. So, it was really, really funny. And some people said there were about 2-3 other polling units in that area that had nobody doing anything there, while we had about 3,000 people in our own polling unit. And I felt that was not good enough. I thought INEC chairman said not more than 500. In fact, that was why I didn't leave home early. I said if it is 500 people, I don't mind being the last person. So long as it's 500, I can wait. But when I got there, they gave me a number. I think I still have it here. 660. That's my own number. And my friend was 1,000. I left him there when I voted. He said he voted around 10 p.m. So look, it was INEC. You need to do more. INEC needs to do more. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, your radio set is howling back at me. So could you lower it? And
well, sir. How it works, sir?
It's very well. How are you doing this afternoon, bro?
Fine. This is Isaac Onoja.
Isaac Onoja?
Yes.
Okay, from New Karu.
Yes, from New Karu, sir.
Oh, Isaac, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, just share your experiences with us.
Yes.
Okay,
my
please go ahead.
experience, in my polling booth.
Okay.
What happened is that they came late. I think they came that time almost 12 o'clock.
Almost noon. Wow.
12 noon.
Wow.
Yes, and people were waiting till people voted till even 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at that time.
Yeah.
Yes, and why I called is that INEC, the INEC chairman promised us that they are going to do everything perfectly, and we believe in. But now, when it is the day of election, in fact, INEC chairman, they disappointed the Nigerians, because what we expected from them is not there.
Okay.
One, coming late alone.
Okay.
There are some places that they even came in within other states. I learned that they came even 3 o'clock. Something the election is supposed to start 8:30 a.m.
And
somebody they keep people waiting. I think the plan is just because they want to do rigging.
Not necessarily. Maybe they had logistic issues, but that is not an excuse. They shouldn't do that. It is wrong.
No, because,
absolutely.
Because I believe if the right thing is done, my party would have won, be on top of this result. Because the right thing is not done.
Okay. It has affected the fortunes of your political party.
They have disappointed me as a Nigerian. Because they didn't keep to their promise.
Yeah, it's true. So what about
If I know that INEC will disappoint, honestly, I would have not even waste my time to go and vote.
Okay, so but what about voting? Were you accredited smoothly? You were verified and then you voted very easily. Was there any challenges?
No, there's not any challenges, sir.
Okay.
Everything went smoothly.
Okay.
Yes,
But it's just that they didn't arrive in time. They wasted time. Okay. Isaac, I want to thank you so much for calling us this afternoon. Do have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so there it goes. INEC, people are calling on you. So many issues. We're going to compile all of this and then send it to INEC to be sure that they can get the citizens' feedback from Citizen FM so that they can improve. If not for these elections remaining for this cycle, the upcoming elections as we go further. Because some of our callers have asked, Masked Man from Apo, who said, when are we going to get there? Why do these things keep repeating? We've been conducting elections in Nigeria since the 1950s, 1960s, 70s. Okay, there wasn't much election in 1960s and the 1980s because there was. In the 1979, there was an election, despite the military and all of that. But there were elections in our country, and we need to be improving on all of that. I remember people saying that the 1983 elections were very, very good. So why is it that we are degenerating? And some people have complained as well that politicians are always trying to manipulate the system. I don't know why they do that. Politics is about you campaigning. You want to go to an office, you want to be elected, you campaign. If the people like you and they vote for you, you win. If they don't like you, they don't vote for you. Why must you force yourself in? And that is where the problem starts. When politicians try to pull tricks, they want to force themselves on the people instead of allowing the people's will to stand. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon again. Mr. Ernest, I greet you once again.
Oh, thanks for joining. Is it Mike?
Exactly.
Mike, you've been speaking since now. Why are you waiting? What do you want to say?
No, it is only once I called now. I've not been speaking since.
But you called today now. You just called me a few minutes ago now.
Yes, I called. You know what?
Quickly.
Quickly.
Please just hold on, okay?
Yes, this election could have been one of the best election ever.
Okay.
If the INEC fulfill the obligation and exactly followed up what they told us, that election could have been the best. But my also happiness is that some of the House of, National Assembly will not be returning back. so many of them will not be returning back. Even though I also have observation that the people like Lawan, who did not win anything at the end of the day, whether it was the Supreme Court that granted him the candidate of senatorial candidate of Yobe State. I don't know, but the people still vote him back. But anyway, this election
is all good. Is all good, Mike. No problem. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure, thanks, man. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah, who is on the line, please?
This is Comrade Felix. I'm calling from Area 11.
Oh, Comrade Felix from Area 11. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yes.
You people are trying, please.
Okay, Comrade Felix. Yes.
Real.
Okay, thank you so much.
For my side, I voted at the Buhari.
Okay.
I voted at that primary school at Buhari. So for my side, they came early.
Okay.
And for me, I really thank God everything went smoothly.
Okay, everything went smoothly. You say in Buhari area?
That primary school.
Okay, fantastic.
Everything went well.
Everything went smoothly.
As I'm getting the feedback from television and radio.
Okay.
For states, especially Southeast.
Yeah.
Although only God will help us.
Yeah, you just leave it. I think the security officials and everybody in that area, they would know how to deal with the issues there.
That one,
let's concentrate on where we are and know what is going on and make sure everything is okay. And believe that those in charge of things in other areas will take care of it. Okay. Oh, fantastic, Comrade Felix. Thanks for joining us this afternoon to share your thoughts. All right. Hello. Good afternoon.
This is calling back.
Oh, Jerry?
Yeah, just some minutes.
Okay.
Please, you people have to talk about. There is what thing is happening since 2015 in the election.
Yeah, what is that?
Especially in Lagos State, 2015.
Jerry, go to the point. Yeah, what is the point? We are running out of time in the studio here. We need to join the election coalition.
2015, the governor prevented some parts of country not to vote, imported them to on the 2019, the Oba of Lagos make one statement. This thing repeat again in this election.
Is that so? Did the Oba make a statement this time?
Yes, you still make the same statement. And even they prevented some people, some session of.
But from the results I'm seeing now, even the APC didn't do. I mean, they were not the best. Other people, everybody won something in Lagos. So I mean, that means it was a level playing field to an extent.
No, I'm not talking of that, whether APC will or not, anybody will, but that kind of attitude is not good.
Absolutely, I agree with you. That is not a good attitude to be threatening citizens and intimidating them. I agree.
Yes, if it is continue to happen like this, one day it will take out of hand. That small thing they are doing since 2015 is not good. I think we will have to talk about it.
Okay. Okay.
The social Lagos, it started from 2015, 2019.
Is that good? Is that good, Jerry? We'll be talking about all these issues as we wait these days. We believe that between today and tomorrow, hopefully, the results will trickle in, and then we get to know who will be our next president. I sincerely hope that we don't need to go into a second ballot, that this one ballot will be enough. They say Nigeria doesn't have money, and INEC has spent so much money. Look at what we had, and then we had to do another runoff. I hope we do not go into a runoff, that one among these 18 candidates will carry the day, and then we know who our president would be come May 29th. All right, this way we'll just drop the curtains for today. I guess that as the days go by and as time goes on, we'll be having enough time for us to share ideas, because we need to improve our country. You know, this is what I try to tell people. It's not about going to fight, going to get injured or injuring somebody or breaking things or setting fire. This talk we talk on the radio here, they have effect. They have effect. This is what we can do as citizens to contribute our share to building our country. When things go wrong, we complain. We let those in power, they know they are there on behalf of us, so they can't be intimidating us and driving in big cars and posing around. No, if they don't do their job, we will throw them out. All right, so I want to thank everyone who called. I want to thank you so much. We believe, just keep praying, believe that our country will always get better, and then of course God in heaven will answer us. Do have yourself a wonderful day, and we'll be seeing you again. Okay, for now let's just stay back. I guess my producer will be coming so we can join the election coalition, so you can get the results direct in your living room or wherever it is you're listening to us from. This is 93.7 Citizen FM. My name is Ernest. Have a wonderful day.
moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated. This is our journey. brightest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brick every time.